Ladies and gentlemen, boy, the Playmaker is back. Darnell Sallins here from the Playmakers Bar Podcast, and you are listening to the Playmakers Bar Podcast, College Basketball Edition. In this episode here, you will hear from me talk about the Big Ten ACC Challenge, because that's where I left y'all at. We're going to look into some more of the games that happened from the Big Ten Challenge already up to now, which will probably be the end of December going into the new year. We're going to also talk about my Florida Gators, and not much improvement happened since the last time I talked to y'all. But we're going to get into that. And we're going to talk about the AP Top 25 and see what teams look good and what teams could be a real factor in the NCAA Tournament as we get ready in the conference play. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump into it. When the last time we talked college basketball, I left y'all with the Big Ten ACC Challenge. And if I remember correctly, I bet the Big Ten to win it because I think they had a better conference. And going through it, going all the way back to December 2nd, we had Miami take down Illinois. We also had Total defending their home turf against Clemson 78-60. So right off the bat, Big Ten caught one, the ACC caught one going into day two. Day two featured Louisville beating Michigan in a 1-4 matchup down in Louisville, Kentucky, 58-43. This is after Michigan put on that stellar performance in the Mile Invitation. They had to go on the road to Louisville and 30 results, 58-43 in a losing effort. Then you had Duke go on the road to East Lansing to take on Michigan State, and Duke came out on top, 87-75. Also, that happened. Indiana took down Florida State as the Hoosiers defending home court, 80-64. So you had two ACC wins, a Big Ten win. You also had Northwestern go on the road to beat Boston College 82-64. You had Iowa over Syracuse 68-54, and Pitt over Rutgers 71-60. So if you was doing the math correctly and you was looking at it, after day two you had the Big Ten caught Minnesota, Iowa, Indiana, Northwestern. That's 4. And then the ACC had Miami, Louisville, Pitt, and Duke. It's 4-4 going into the. It's 4-4 after 8 games going into the third and final day of the challenge, where there were 6 games played. Ohio State, North Carolina got together. Virginia and Purdue got together. Nebraska, Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, Maryland, Wisconsin, NC State, and Wake Forest and Penn State. So let's see what happened at day 3 of this Big Ten ACC Challenge. Day 3, Ohio State, ranked 6th at the time, went on the road and took down UNC 74-49. It was not close. I think Cole Anthony, if I remember correctly, Cole Anthony got hurt in that game. It was a disaster. And Coach Ward Williams didn't know what to do. It was terrible how they played at the Deep Dome in front of their home crowd and got blitzed down like that by Ohio State. So that's 5 for the Big Ten. They need 3 more wins. Maryland handled their business at home over Notre Dame, 72-51. Georgia Tech took down Nebraska, 73-56. ACC still alive. NC State took down Wisconsin, 69-54. ACC still alive. All of a sudden, Purdue took down the number 5th ranked team and the defending champs, UVA, 69-40. They put on a 3-point display. Purdue did. And Virginia couldn't. And they got beat down. Penn State also beat Wake Forest 76-54. So the Big Ten won the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Good job to the Big Ten Conference. Thank you for making my prediction correct. I picked y'all to win it. Y'all did y'all thing. ACC, y'all fought valiantly and hard, but Big Ten. So now we got that out the way here. Let's go ahead and look at all the other games that took place, shall we? While the Big Ten ACC challenge was going on, Butler went on the road and took down Ole Miss 67-58. What a road win for those guys. On the 4th of December, Utah took down UAB 102-95. What a high-scoring game. Jeez, that's a high-scoring game. 197 points scored in that game. Woo! Utah beat BYU, though. Good win for Utah. Georgetown went on the road to Stillwater, Oklahoma, and beat the Oklahoma State Cowboys 81-74. Good win for the Georgetown Warriors. DePaul is coming back. We have a DePaul sighting in college basketball, which is a great thing, as they took down Texas Tech, the team that went to the final, was in the final 2 with Virginia, 65-60. DePaul, great win. December 5th, Louisiana Tech Bulldogs on the road to the Mississippi State Bulldogs and upset the Mississippi State Bulldogs by 10, 74-64. What a win for Louisiana Tech. That's a good win for you guys. The two teams who won their Big Ten ACC Challenge games duked it out in Louisville, Kentucky, as the Cardinals, who are ranked number 1, took down Pitt 64-46. The team that Louisville beat in their challenge, Michigan, beat Iowa 103-91. Duke went on the road and beat Virginia Tech 77-63. And Alabama took down Stephen F. Austin. If you remember the name Stephen F. Austin, that's the team that went into Cameron Indoors and took down Alabama beat them 78-68. USC went on the road and took down TCU 80-78. Good win for the Trojans over there. Not so much for the Horned Frogs all down in Texas Christian University. Going to Saturday, December 7th, the 24th-ranked Butler Bulldogs, they defended their home court over my Florida Gators 76-62. Not a good look for my Gators. Not a good performance from them at all. But, hey, Butler doing their thing. Kansas took down 20th ranked Colorado 72-58. As the Jayhawks are the number two ranked team in the country at that moment in time. The number 3 ranked team at that moment in time was Maryland, and they took down Illinois 59-58. What a game! What a game that was. 1-point victory. Ohio State, coming off their big win over UNC in the Big Ten ACC Challenge, took down Penn State 106-74, and they sent the message. That's a 32-point victory. Good gracious. Baylor took down 12th ranked Arizona, while they was ranked 18, 63-58. Baylor Bears got some noticeable wins on their resume. St. John took down West Virginia. For those who don't know what West Virginia is, that is West Virginia University, 70-68. What a win. Boston College went on the road and beat Notre Dame 73-72. Wisconsin took down Indiana 84-64. 20-point win. That's Wisconsin basketball. That sounds like Wisconsin basketball. Xavier beat Cincinnati 73-66. Missouri went on the road and took down Temple 64-54. Marquette went on the road and beat Kansas State 73-65. Georgetown went on the road again and beat SMU 91-74. All that happened on December 7th. We're going to go over to the 8th. The defending champs, the Virginia Cavaliers, took down UNC 56-47. Cole Anthony was either hobbled or not available that game. Gonzaga, ranked 9th in the country at the time, took down 22nd-ranked Washington 83-76. Michigan State, ranked 11th at the time, took down Rutgers 76-65. Iowa State upsetted 16th-ranked Seton Hall 76-66. A lot of unranked teams upsetting ranked teams this season. There's no dominant team this season. I'm just going ahead and let y'all know that right now. Continue on December 8th. 19th-ranked Dayton went on the road and took down St. Mary's 78-68. Houston went on the road and took down South Carolina 76-56. Oof. Wichita State went on the road and took down Oklahoma State 80-61. Sorry. And Buffalo went on the road and took down DePaul 74-69. A lot of key road wins. As you can hear, a lot of key road wins here. Then December 10th, the Jimmy V Classic. You had the Texas Tech Red Raiders, who were in the number one team at the time, the Louisville 70-51. The defense of Clemson that was put on display by the Red Raiders, and Louisville had no answer. But that wasn't the only upset, because Penn State went to fourth-ranked Maryland and took them down 76-69 in Maryland. University of Northern Illinois. Y'all heard this team before? Northern Illinois. Y'all should know this team. They upset 24th-ranked Colorado on the road, 79-76. Indiana went on the road, upset UConn and take down UConn. I want to say upset, take down UConn, 57-54. BYU defended home court against Nevada, 75-42. Number 11 Baylor hold down home court over 18th-ranked Butler's, 53-52. But man, I'm telling you what, we had a lot going on in college basketball. December 11, Louisville upset 5, Michigan, 62. December 12, Iowa took home the Cy-Hawk Trophy by going on the road and took down the Cyclones of Iowa State, 84-68. December 14, the 10th-ranked Oregon Ducks went to Ann Arbor, Michigan, the 5th-ranked Wolverines of Michigan, and beat them 71-70 in overtime. Told you, there's no dominant team here. There's no dominant team in college basketball this season. The 6th-ranked Gonzaga took down 15th-ranked Arizona, 84-80. 12th-ranked Auburn, one of the unbeaten teams remaining as of right now, beat St. Louis 67-61. You gotta watch out for St. Louis. St. Louis look like a team that's gonna be right back in the tournament. Look out. Memphis went on the road as they was ranked 13 at the time. They went on the road to their arch rival, the 19th ranked Volunteers of Tennessee, and they got a much needed win, 51-47. A ugly shooting performance by both teams. Both teams shot well below under 50% from the field, but Penny Hardaway and his boys of Memphis did their thing and took home a big road win over their arch rival Tennessee. Good job. Number 14, Dayton defeated Drake 78-47. Rutgers, out of all teams that I'm saying here, Rutgers upset 22 Seton Hall 68-48. Another unranked team upsetting a ranked team. That is ridiculous. By the way, that's to say this. We had 5 number 1 teams get upset. So in pretty much non-conference play, through 2 months of playing basketball, 5 number 1 teams have went down. So let's imagine how many more ranked teams went down. Speaking of which, Wake Forest upset it 23 ranked Xavier 80-78. There you go. Still on December 14th. Mississippi State took down Kansas State 67-61. Notre Dame took down UCLA 75-61. Wichita State took down Oklahoma 80-75. Arizona State took down Georgia 79-59. Liberty over Vanderbilt 61-59. BYU went on the road and beat Utah State 68-64. Wichita State you know about. Dayton you know about. Write down Liberty. Write down BYU. Write down St. Louis. Write down Utah State. Trust me. Trust me on this. Now we're going to go to December 15th. This is where Woodford went into Chapel Hill and upset the Tar Heels 68-64. While that happened, though, Minnesota upset the 3rd-ranked Buckeyes of Ohio State 84-71. Oklahoma State went on the road and defeated Houston 61-55. Nebraska took down Purdue 70-56. December 17th, Creighton over Oklahoma 83-73. Miami in the Air Force Basketball Hall of Fame's invitation took down Temple 78-71. That was a huge win for Miami. Miami was struggling at the time. They needed that. That is a huge win for Miami. December 18th, the 2th-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs took down North Carolina Tar Heels 91-81. Utah went on the road and upset Kentucky. Referee was shocked when Utah won 69-66. A 3-point win by the Utes over the Wildcats. Cincinnati upset at 21-ranked Tennessee 78-66. There you go. 2 more ranked teams getting upset by unranked teams. East Tennessee State on the road over LSU 74-63. Huge win for East Tennessee State. A very huge win. St. Mary's went on the road and took down Arizona State 96-56. 40-point beatdown. Wow. That's bad. That's bad. They get beat down that bad at home. That's just bad. By 40 at home? Wow. To a mid-major? That's just bad. December 19th, Seton Hall over 7-ranked, upset 7-ranked Maryland Terrapins. Seton Hall did this. 52-48. Auburn continued to stand unbeaten as they took down NC State 79-73. December 20th, Georgia over SMU 87-82. Two overtimes. December 21st, we got a long list here, so bear with me on here. Oklahoma over UCF 53-52. Utah State went on the road and took down my Florida Gators 65-62. UNC took down UCLA in the CBS Sports Classic 74-64. Nova took down number 1 ranked Kansas 56-55. Also at the CBS Classic, we saw Ohio State bounce back from their upset loss and took down Kentucky 71-65. Colorado upset at 13th-ranked Dayton 78-66. St. John's upset at Arizona, who was ranked 16 at the time, 70-67. Butler went on the road and beat their arch rival Purdue 70-61. San Diego State, another team unbeaten on the season, beat Utah 80-52. Indiana took down Notre Dame 62-60. Wichita State over VCU 73-63. Missouri took down Illinois 63-56. Providence over Texas 70-48. Ugh. Minnesota went on the road to Stillwater and took down the Oklahoma State Cowboys 86-66. Going to December 22nd, South Carolina went on the road and upset the defending champs who was ranked 9th in the country, the Virginia Cavaliers, 70-59. Yale went on the road and took down Clemson 54-45. Xavier went on the road and took down TCU 67-59. Radford, a 4-10 team, went on the road and took down Richmond 73-58. Christmas Day, the big news from Christmas Day besides the NBA, Houston upsetting 21-ranked Washington Huskies 75-71. And then December 28th, you had Kentucky bouncing back from their heartbreaking loss to Ohio State and taking down their arch rival Louisville 78-70 in overtime. Wisconsin went on the road to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Volunteers, and they gave them a 20-point beating 68-48. Another bad loss for UCLA as they was taken down at home. California State Fullerton went to UCLA and beat them 77-74. Like, wow. And then December 29th, UVA, Press Virginia, ranked 22 in the country, went on the road and beat the second-ranked team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeye, 67-59. And LSU gave Liberty their first loss of the season, 74-57. That's all you. That's to catch everybody up. That's all the key games and the key wins that I'm happening so far as we getting ready to. As we start playing non-conference schedule and going into the conference schedule. So with that being said, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna flip the stage and we're gonna look at the AP top 25 teams right now. So as of right now, the top 25 AP is looking like Gonzaga Bulldogs number 1, 13-1. Ohio State number 2 at 11-1. That should be changing soon. Louisville number 3, 11-2. Duke Blue Devils number 4, 11-1. Kansas Jayhawks at 5, 9-2. Oregon Ducks ranked 6, 10-2. The Baylor Bears at 7, 9-1. The Auburn Tigers, who are undefeated, is at 8 with 11-0 record. The Memphis Tigers are at 9 with 11-1 record. And rounding out the top 10 is the Villanova Wildcats, 9-2. So, Ohio State could be dropping. Kansas could go up. Oregon, I like what Oregon at. Auburn should not be. Auburn is the lone powerhouse team that's unbeaten. So, what are we going to do about that? They need to be up higher. They're saying they need to be up higher. But we're going to get into that. I'm going to do a different segment for them. Memphis, they still rolling, even though, James Wiseman has declared himself for the draft already and is not going to come back and play basketball, which I don't like, but I'm not going to get into it. I really don't like it, but I'm not going to get into it because there's other things I don't like that I'm going to get into. But Memphis is still rolling. Memphis is still rolling on. So that's your top 10. Let's go from 11 to 20. Number 11, the Wolverines, sitting at 9-3 at the moment. Number 12, the Butler Bulldogs, sitting at 12-1. 13, Maryland, 10-2. 14, Michigan State Spartans, 9-3. 15, ranked the other unbeaten team in the country, the San Diego State Aztecs, 13-0. Virginia Cavaliers, the defending champs, at 16 at 9-2. Florida State Seminoles ranked at 17, 11-2. The Dayton Flyers, 10-2, ranked 18. The Kentucky Wildcats, 19, 9-3. And the Penn State Lethal Lions at 20, 10-2. San Diego State, I'm liking how they play. 13-0. They are handling business right now. We're gonna see when they get into the Mountain West schedule. Can they keep it going and things like that? Because they pretty much they control their own destiny at this moment in time. Michigan, they got some hard losses. Maryland got some bad losses. Michigan State got some losses. The defending champs don't look good right now. Kentucky is struggling. Penn State struggling. As you can see, there's a theme here. There's no dominant team. And then rounding out the top 25 from 21 to 25, the Washington Huskies 10-3 at 21. West Virginia Mountaineers 22 at 10-1. The other team that was in the national championship sitting at 23, that would be the Texas Tech Red Raiders at 8-3. Arizona Wildcats at 10-3, sitting at 24. And rounding out the top 25 list is the Iowa Hawkeyes at 9-3. If I'm forced to choose, I like Gonzaga. I like Louisville. I like Oregon. I like Auburn. Memphis. Villanova's putting it together. Dayton's a good team. I like Dayton. I like it. Michigan, once they get them young guys to fully understand that every game ain't gonna be the same, they'll be dangerous. Virginia will play some defense, but they'll have no offense. That's their problem. I already mentioned Dayton. As long as Michigan State got Cassius Winslow, I'm not gonna sleep on them. That's just being real. Washington, West Virginia, if they still pressing like they do, then yeah. Other than that, I'm not really feeling nobody like that. It's like there's more teams that can win it this year than ever. And it baffles me that I'm saying that at this point in time of the season. Because there's really no teams to look at and say, oh, that's the team to beat. Everybody's beatable. Everybody's beatable. That's not what we're used to at this point in time. So the March Madness tournament is going to be very interesting to watch when they make these selections and they pick who need to get in. But it's a lot of more basketball to play because we finna go into the new year, which means we finna go into conference play. And then, we got our conference tournaments, the automatic bids and all that good stuff. So we'll see. So right now we're going to get into some of the unbeaten teams. First one up is the 8th ranked Auburn Tigers from the SEC, 11-0 on the season. They got good wins. They was in the Legends Classic when they took down New Mexico, 84-59. That's a good win for them. They beat Richmond for that title, 79-65. Very good win. They beat St. Louis. I'm telling you. Wichita State, Dayton, BYU, Utah State, Liberty. I'm gonna throw Creighton in there. Like, there's some mid-majors that's coming. And they looking to make a run. But they'll win over St. Louis. That's a good win. 67-61. And they beat NC State 79-73. So, hey, Auburn's being tested a bit. I'm not going to say Auburn has not been tested. But they've been tested a bit. So let's see what happens with that. I like how they look, though. What Bruce Pearl is doing with those Tigers is good. They can be a good program as long as they can be a good program. Another unbeaten team, 15 ranked San Diego State Aztecs, 13-0. Went to BYU, got a victory, 76-71. The Cottonelle Tire Las Vegas Invitational, they beat Creighton, 83-52. They beat Iowa, 83-73. And then outside of that, they beat Utah, 80-52. So San Diego State already beat BYU, a team that I told you to circle from the mid-majors. Creighton, another team you need to circle from the mid-majors. And then they backed it up by beating a Big Ten team in Iowa and a Pac-12 team in Utah. Man, they 13-0. San Diego State, handle your business in the conference, and we will see y'all in the tournament with no questions asked. Then the team that was unbeaten until they had to go to LSU, the Liberty Flame, they went into LSU ranked 14-0 with a big win over at Vanderbilt, by the way, an SEC team. They beat them 61-56. And then they had to go to another ACC team at LSU, and they came up short. It happens. But, hey, if Liberty do what they do in the Atlantic Sun and handle their business, Liberty will be in the tournament, and that's another dangerous thing you don't want to face. I'm trying to tell you, these mid-majors are not playing this year. They're not playing this year. In basketball, anything can happen. It's like in football, it's the group of five, and what me and Dallas did, and the group of five teams didn't really show up when they played the Power 5 teams in the bowl season. That won't be the case in basketball. I guarantee you. Liberty, Creighton, BYU, San Diego State, Utah State. And I probably can throw like 3 more in there. I can't think off the top of my head right now. But at least those 5 right there, they might catch somebody sleeping in the first 2 rounds. I guarantee you. Liberty, BYU, Creighton, San Diego State, Utah State. Do not sleep on these. Don't sleep on these mid-majors this year. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Yeah. If these mid-majors, don't you sleep on them, because these major programs, you will get caught in the tournament. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you this before we get into 2020. I'm telling you this right now. Don't you do it. Don't not do it. So now let me take a break real quick, because when I come back, I got to get into a university and I'm really unhappy with. So I'm going to take a short break, and we're going to come back. We're going to finish this. So. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's a long process. It's a hard, thought out process. Yeah, I know. I was there from March of this year, thinking about how I'm going to do this, doing all my research, trying to get everything right. What platforms can we use, and how we going to record it, and how we going to make it sound good and make it all this happen. And then I came upon Anchor. The Anchor app on my phone, the easiest choice I could ever make to do a podcast. It's free to use. You don't got to pay for nothing. You can record episodes whenever you're ready. You can edit it, and then you can release them when you want to. And you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how you're going to distribute it on other platforms, because Anchor has partnerships with Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Cast, whatever you name it. Because the Playmakers podcast is the podcast that I use. We are on all them platforms. We are on 9 platforms just by using the Anchor app. So pretty much all the questions that you have questions about doing a podcast, go to the Anchor app or go to the Anchor website, anchor.fm.com, and just search through it, ask questions. Because I tell you, a free app that does all this, there's nothing more you can ask for. I even got friends, they doing their podcast on the Anchor app. Faith Talk, you might have heard of it, because it's very good. And it's great that It's an app like this. It's a website like this that makes it easier for people to do podcasts and do what they love best, talking about the things that they love to talk about. So give Anchor a try. See how much you like it. We'll love to hear your podcast. All right, people, welcome back. And as we go ahead and try to close this out, let me go over here and give you the state of the Florida Gators and Mike White and his team here. The Florida Gators are going to conference play, going to SEC play, 8-4 in the year. Some of you see that as like, hey, they won 8 games. They played 12 games. They won 8 of them. That's good. If y'all forgot last time, I wasn't happy, and there was like 6-2, and I wasn't happy. Look here. We're gonna remind you. They beat UNF to start the season. They got beat by Florida State again for like the 5th year in a row. They barely beat Townsend. They woke and did business against St. Joe's and Miami, beat Miami by 20 points. They handled business by beating here. They beat Marshall. Good. 6-2. You had at Butler versus Providence versus Utah State versus Long Beach State. 2-2 in that span. They went to Butler, and they did not look good. This team struggles shooting the ball. I don't know why. I don't know how. But this team struggles to shoot the ball, and it hurts me. It really hurts my nerves that this team struggles to shoot the ball. They are ranked 220, averaging 70.8 points a game. 70.8 points a game. And they are ranked 225th in the country. Points allowed, they give up 62.6. That's 54 in the country. So that's a good thing. Problem is when the 225th ranked team is scoring points, it's not that hard to beat a team like that. Why do you think Virginia is struggling? Virginia's probably ranked in the top 5 in defense in points allowed, but they probably points per game is probably in the 300s. You have to score to win in basketball. 359th in assists in the country at 11.3. 11.3 assists a game. What? Do we understand ball movement here? You lost to Butler 76-62. You came back, you beat Providence in the Air Force Reserve Hall of Fame invitation. You beat them by a good 32 points, 83-51. Good. You came back home you came back to your home state, which is Florida. You went down to Miami to take on Utah State. Remember, that's the team I said look out for. And you lost to them 65-62. Yeah. Utah State beat Florida. And then you just finished out your non-conference play by destroying Long Beach State. Who in the blue hell is Long Beach State? Who is Long Beach State? Who is this team? The score tells you 102-63. Who is this? 8-4 going into conference play. And the only reason why you probably number one in the darn East Division is because Kentucky is playing some competition. And they're young and playing competition. So what do you think will happen when they finally put it together and they got to play us twice? They're going to be ready to play. Mike White, get this team together. I'm going to say it again. You got the best transfer in Blackshear. You still got Kerryon Johnson. You still got Nimhart. What's taking it so long for this team to get it together? Now we got to go into conference play. Now we're going to go into conference play. First up on the docket is on January 4th when Alabama comes to Gainesville. Alabama's coming to Gainesville. After that, we got to go to South Carolina on the 7th, at Missouri on the 11th, before we come back home and play Ole Miss on the 14th, and then January 18th. I want y'all to circle this because that's when the Auburn Tigers are coming to Gainesville. Bruce Pearl is coming back to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators, where he bringing the Auburn Tigers with him this time. This could be even worse than what he did to us when he was at Tennessee. If this team don't get it together. And then you got to go to LSU on the 21st before we end up going into the SEC Big 12 challenge when we have to play Baylor at home. You have 8th ranked Auburn coming, and you got 7th ranked Baylor coming to Gainesville. You have 2 ranked games coming up before February gets here. Before February gets here, you got to play the 8th ranked Auburn and a 7th ranked Baylor team. How you gonna look at both of those games? But not to mention how you gonna look against Alabama, South Carolina, Missouri, Ole Miss, and LSU. By the way, I just said LSU just gave Liberty their first loss, so they feeling pretty good about themselves right about now. Let's hope you know that. But, nevertheless, conference play is a different kind of game than non-conference play. Yes, it's still basketball. We understand that. But it's a different kind of game. It's just different. So we gonna see. Look, Florida Gators are not making me happy. They really not. But still a lot of games to be played. So we gonna see. I'm gonna hold off right now because we gonna see. We gonna see. Maybe let's do this. I'm gonna pick my favorites of each conference. Yeah, let's do that. I want to be on the record on this. Let's do that. I want to be on the record here. Let's have some fun with this, basketball season ramping up, football season's coming to an end. So let's put me down on record. So I already said Atlantic Sun so the Atlantic Sun I already got Liberty. I got Liberty. American East, right now, Vermont's on top, but Stony Brook. Yeah, you got New Hampshire. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with Stony Brook. The American East, I'm going to go with Stony Brook. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah. Let's just do that. So, American East, we're going to take Stony Brook. The American Conference. Why not? The American Conference, we're just going ahead and we're just going ahead and take Memphis, man. We ain't no point of diving in that. The A-10 Conference. George Mason's up in there. I like it. The Crimson, Richmond, St. Louis, LaSalle, VCU, Rhode Island. Hey, St. Bonaventure. Hey, look here. That's a hard one, but I like how Dayton playing. I really. So I'm gonna take Dayton. The ACC, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be Louisville, man. I'm taking Louisville. So, we got to talk about the Atlantic Sun, the Big 12. The Big 12, I'm taking Kansas. I'm going to take Kansas. Kansas is going to be Kansas. They'll figure it out. Kansas will figure it out. Even though West Virginia and Baylor are looking real good, Kansas will figure it out. Big East, that's a good one. You got Butler, you got DePaul, you got Creighton, you got St. John's, you got Marquette, Xavier, Nova, Georgetown, Seton Hall. This whole conference might make the tournament. That's how bad this conference. This conference bad. This whole conference might make the tournament. Look at this. Listen to this. Butler 12-1, DePaul 12-1, Creighton 11-2, St. John's 11-2, Xavier 11-2, Marquette Villanova 9-2, Georgetown 10-3, Seton Hall 8-4, and Providence 7-6. This whole conference might make the tournament, man. But I gotta pick one. This is a tough one. I watched Butler. I seen how Butler is playing. Yeah, Nova's still ranked in the top 10, but I like Butler. I'm gonna take Butler. I like how Butler plays. So yeah, I'm gonna take Butler. The Big Sky. Big Sky Conference, huh? I don't know too much about the Big Sky. I ain't gonna lie to you. The Big Sky, though. Let's see who we got. A lot of middle to pack teams here. Montana has made the tournament before. I don't know. Portland State, okay. Rebel State, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take Montana State. I'm gonna see if Montana State can get in there. Let's see if Montana State can get up in there. The Big South Conference. Okay. How's the Big South looking like? Campbell, Withrow, UNC Asheville, Charles and Southern, Hampton, Longwood, Rifle. Okay. Looking at these, oof. I don't see how Campbell doesn't take it unless, yeah. I'm gonna go Campbell. Campbell looking at that non-conference record, but anything can happen. Come on, you get to that conference tournament, man. That's a whole different thing. Big Ten. Through everything they got going on, I'm gonna still roll with Michigan State. I would change it to Michigan, but I'm gonna stick with the Spartans. I'm just casting this Winston. I'm gonna stick with it there. You going to the Big West Conference? We're gonna take, let's see. UNC Irvine is in this conference. California State Fulton is in this conference. Long Beach is in this conference. Okay. Hawaii's in this conference. Ooh. But I'm going to go UC Irvine, man. If they play anywhere close to where they played last year, I'm taking UC Irvine. UC Irvine, because you couldn't tell me anything about that team. The Colonia Conference. Oof. Okay. I'm going to roll with Delaware. I like what Delaware's doing. We're going to work with Delaware. Conference USA. CUSA. Oh, my goodness. This is usually the hardest. This is usually the hardest conference, and it will be again this year. This is the hardest conference to take. Conference USA, give me, if they can continue doing what they're doing, I'm going to take Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. If they can continue doing what they're doing, I'm going to take Louisiana Tech. But, man, dude, that's the hardest conference to pick. I kid you not. The Horizon Conference. Yeah. You got Northern Kentucky, Youngstown, Oklahoma. You got Oakland. Oakland's pretty good. I like Oakland. Cleveland State, yeah. Green Bay's usually good. But looking at this, Wright State, they're looking good. Wright State's looking good. Let's see, can they keep it going? Ivy League, give me Yale. I need Yale. I'm gonna take Yale this year. Metro Atlantic Conference, the MAAC Conference. Okay. I'm gonna take Syria in that conference. Yeah, I'm gonna take Syria in that conference. The MAC Conference. Oof. I'm taking Buffalo. I don't know why I even had to think that hard. I'm taking Buffalo. I'm gonna take Buffalo in that conference. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Give me the, what would be next? The Pac-12. That's by default. Give me Arizona. This is by default. The SEC, give me, I'm going to take Auburn. And boys looking too good. I'm going to take Auburn. The West Coast, that's Gonzaga all day, every day. Mountain West Conference, San Diego State. Hey, come on, man. What more do you want from me? So I'm gonna stop it right there. So just a recap on what I worked down so far. American East, Stony Brook, the American Conference, Memphis, the A-10 Conference, Dayton, Atlantic Sun, Liberty, the ACC, Louisville, the Big 12, Kansas, the Big East, Butler, Big Sky, Montana State, Big South, Campbell, Big 10, Michigan State, Big West, UC Irvine, Colonia, Delaware, Conference USA, Louisiana Tech, Horizon, Wright State, Metro Atlantic Conference, Syria, the MAC Conference, Buffalo, Pac-12, Arizona, SEC, Auburn, the West Coast Conference, Gonzaga, Mountain West would be the San Diego State. That's San Diego State Aztecs, man. that's pretty much what I got for right now. Let's see. I think I'm missing some more conferences. It's kind of, at least in college football, it's like, about 10 conferences. Basketball's like double that. It's like double that. So let's make sure I ain't forget no major conferences that I might want to put down on the list. That's it's a lot of teams, man. 68 teams getting in right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 teams written down for conference play, for tournament play already. So I like those 21 to win their conference, to get into the Big Dance. So we'll see. We'll see if they work it out and get those things going on. Like I said, we getting ready for the mid swinging basketball, both NBA. That was something to watch. Kawhi Leonard got 2 on LeBron already. Opening night and Christmas Day. Greek and the Bucks, they didn't show up in Philly. That was rough. James Harden still can't beat Golden State, no matter what. No Steph, no Clay, no KD, just Draymond and D. Russell, and y'all still lose. Shout out to Boston, went on the road and beat the defending champs on Christmas Day, and New Orleans taking down the Nuggets on the road on Christmas to finish off Christmas Day. That was something to behold. So, like I said, we closing out 2019, get ready for 2020. We got some changes coming with the podcast too. So when some of those things get official and finalized, I will let y'all know. You will hear from us. We're going to give you our football for college and the NFL. Week 17 NFL, we had our semifinals in college football already. We're going to get into what happened. We're going to recount those. We're going to look at what bowl games are left. And might talk about the national championship early, or we might wait. We'll see. So, but hey, I got what I wanted for the national championship. I'm just going to say that. So, follow us. Playmakers Though on Twitter, Playmakers Blog on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, Darnell Playmaker Sallins on Twitter, D20 Playmaker. You can get at Dallas Gunn on Facebook. You want to hit him up on Twitter, just hit the Playmakers Blog Twitter page, and he'll respond to you on there. We are with Race the Flag Production. We have some more things coming up with them, hopefully soon. Hopefully to get word on that for y'all, probably either next podcast or next week, on what's going on with us and Race the Flag Production, RTF Production. If y'all haven't checked all that, check them out. If you got podcasts and you want to, expand your reach, get with them. We are also on First Radio. This dude from down in New Orleans, Justin James. Appreciate the opportunity to be on your radio station. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. Other than that, subscribe to the podcast, like the podcast, rate the podcast, give us a review, especially from Apple, Spotify. Follow us, Stitcher, follow us, Radio Public, Anchor, of course, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Castbox, iHeartRadio. Follow us, leave us a review, tell us what you think. If you don't want to leave a review, you want to get at us personally, you can do that. It doesn't matter. Either way. But hey, you gave you basketball for right now. Gonna wrap up some more basketball talks after a while. It means to continue to close out the football season. And we get into January, which means we're gonna be on the road to WrestleMania very soon. So hopefully me and Dallas will get you ready for that pay-per-view, possibly takeover and other stuff that's going on. So hey, there's a lot coming in for us, and we appreciate all the support that y'all give us. So from me, Darnell the Playmaker Sallins, I'm signing off until the next podcast. Have a good day.